When people think of northern Nigeria, one image instantly comes to mind, that of the Hausa and Fulani people. For decades, the northern region has been popularly portrayed as a land dominated by these two major ethnic groups. But what if that narrative is only a fraction of the truth? What if beneath the vast expanse of the north lies a vibrant mosaic of over 100 ethnic identities, each with its own story, language, and culture waiting to be told? The truth is, northern Nigeria is far more diverse than most people realize. With a population exceeding 79 million people, the region is home to more ethnic groups than many African countries combined. From the vast plains of Sokoto to the lush hills of Adamawa, and from the busy streets of Kano to the quiet valleys of southern Kaduna, every corner of the north tells a different cultural story. This region is made up of 12 core states: Kebbi, Sokoto, Zamfara, Katsina, Kaduna, Kano, Jigawa, Bauchi, Gombe, Yobe, Borno, and Adamawa, all forming the heartbeat of northern Nigeria. Within these states are over 130 distinct ethnic communities, each preserving fragments of ancient civilizations, oral traditions, and belief systems that predate colonial times. Interestingly, northern Nigeria has more ethnicities than Ethiopia and Egypt, two countries often celebrated for their diversity and long history. And if northern Nigeria were an independent country, it would not only be one of the most populous nations in Africa, but also the sixth largest Muslim-majority country in the world, right after countries like Indonesia, Pakistan, and Bangladesh. So how did the world come to believe that the entire north is Hausa or Fulani? The answer lies in the power of language, trade, and influence. For centuries, the Hausa people established themselves as one of the most dominant ethnic groups in the region. Through their strategic trading routes, advanced city-states, and widespread Islamic scholarship, they built a network that connected vast parts of West Africa. The Hausa language, known for its simplicity and adaptability, became the lingua franca, the common medium of communication, across northern Nigeria and beyond. Traders, scholars, and travelers from different ethnic groups found it easier to use Hausa as a bridge language. Over time, as intermarriages increased and urbanization spread, the Hausa language became deeply woven into the social fabric of northern life. Even non-Hausa communities began speaking it fluently, often more than their indigenous languages. This cultural blending, however, came with a cost. Many smaller ethnic groups, once rich in their own unique languages and traditions, began to lose touch with their original roots. Generations of children grew up speaking only Hausa, unable to communicate in the language of their ancestors. Gradually, people from these smaller tribes became publicly identified as Hausa, even though their bloodline and heritage were completely different. From the outside, the north began to appear like one giant Hausa community, a cultural mirage hiding dozens of distinct identities beneath the surface. Take Adamawa State, for instance. This region alone is home to over 39 ethnic groups, including the Bachama, Momoye, Higi, Kilba, Vere, and Fulani people. Each of these groups has its own oral traditions, dances, food, and languages, yet many outsiders know little about them. Similarly, Kaduna State, especially the southern part, is one of the most culturally diverse areas in Nigeria. Southern Kaduna boasts more than 20 ethnic communities, including the Gwari, Kagoro, Jaba, Kadara, Atiap, and Adara people. Their communities are characterized by rich festivals, distinct musical instruments, and age-old customs passed down through centuries. But despite their unique heritage, many of them often face the struggle of being misidentified as Hausa, a label that, for them, feels like an erasure of their true identity. In fact, many people from these minority ethnic groups find it emotionally painful when outsiders automatically assume they are Hausa or Fulani. It's not just a matter of names, it's about recognition, pride, and survival of cultural heritage. When someone from a small ethnic group is called Hausa, it often feels like generations of ancestral history are being forgotten in a single word. To understand how this cultural blending happened, we need to look back in history. The Hausa city-states, including Kano, Katsina, Zazzau, Zaria, and Gobir, were powerful centers of trade and learning long before colonial times. Their influence spread through economic interactions, Islamic teachings, and intermarriages. The Fulani, known for their pastoral lifestyle and religious leadership, also integrated deeply into Hausa society, especially after the Sokoto jihad of the early 19th century, led by Usman Dan Fodio. This event reshaped the entire northern region politically and culturally. The Hausa and Fulani formed what became known as the Hausa Fulani identity, a hybrid culture that dominated governance, trade, and religion across northern Nigeria. Under the Sokoto Caliphate, Hausa became the administrative and scholarly language, further cementing its dominance. But even during that era, dozens of other communities thrived in the shadows. The Kanuri of Borno, the Nupe of Niger State, the Jukun and Tiv of Taraba, the Goimai and Angas of Plateau, and many others. Each contributed uniquely to the region's story, yet rarely received the recognition they deserved. After Nigeria's independence, the centralized power structures inherited from colonial rule continued to favor dominant ethnic groups. In the north, that meant the Hausa Fulani elite largely controlled political leadership, education, and religion. Their language and culture spread even further through schools, mosques, and mass media. As a result, Hausa became the most widely spoken indigenous language in Nigeria, even beyond the northern borders, into parts of Niger, Ghana, and Cameroon. However, the conversation about identity is beginning to change. In recent years, more young Nigerians from minority groups have started reclaiming their cultural identities. Social media has become a powerful tool for them to share their traditions, stories, and languages with pride. Hashtags celebrating local heritage, such as Know Your Tribe and Northern Nigerian culture, are helping people rediscover who they are beyond colonial or dominant ethnic classifications. This cultural reawakening is crucial. When languages die, entire worldviews disappear with them. Each of northern Nigeria's smaller tribes carries centuries of wisdom in their folklore, songs, and rituals. Losing those would mean erasing parts of Nigeria's soul. For instance, the Bachama people of Adamawa have elaborate traditional dances used to celebrate harvest seasons and victories. The Adara people in southern Kaduna perform storytelling through music and masquerade festivals. The Gwari people have a distinctive marriage ceremony where both families perform symbolic gestures representing unity and continuity. These are not just cultural performances, they are living archives of Nigeria's human history. Preserving such diversity is not merely about nostalgia, it's about building a more inclusive future. Recognizing every tribe in northern Nigeria allows for deeper understanding, stronger unity, and fairer representation in national policies. It helps dismantle stereotypes that reduce millions of people into just two ethnic identities. So, the next time you meet someone from northern Nigeria, don't assume they're Hausa or Fulani. Ask them about their tribe. Ask about their traditions, their native language, and their ancestral stories. You might be surprised by what you discover. Behind every name lies a history that deserves to be heard. To those from minority communities in the north, your identity matters. Your ancestors' voices matter. The world needs to hear your stories, your songs, your names, and your pride. Let's celebrate the incredible diversity that makes northern Nigeria not just a region, but a cultural universe of its own. Northern Nigeria's beauty lies in its complexity. From the desert plains of Yobe to the green fields of Gombe, from the bustling Kano markets to the ancient walls of Katsina, every town, every village, carries the echoes of countless civilizations that shaped what we now call Nigeria. As we move forward as a nation, it is important to remember that unity does not mean uniformity. It means respecting and honoring the multitude of voices that make up our collective story. Hausa and Fulani cultures have indeed shaped the North's identity, but they are just two pieces of a much larger puzzle. The real power of northern Nigeria lies not in its size or numbers, but in its diversity. The diversity of languages, beliefs, and traditions that have survived for centuries despite wars, colonization, and modernization. So, to everyone watching this on Chronicle Updates, take this as a reminder that identity is deeper than language or religion. It is the spirit of a people carried through generations. If you're from northern Nigeria, Tell us in the comments which tribe you belong to and what makes your culture special. Let's celebrate every corner of the North and keep its heritage alive for the generations to come. And to our viewers from across Africa and beyond, remember, every region on this continent holds hidden stories like this one. Stories that remind us of our shared humanity and our endless capacity to adapt, coexist, and thrive in diversity.